such an asshole.
Yawn. So a guy paid for 2 originals. You can pay for originals at $35 a piece and they're cheap because I get to talk about what I want to talk about. And this one came to me yesterday, and I saw something stupid happen. I forgot what it was, but then I started thinking, like, what would happen if we could skip over stupidity? Like, and I'm not saying if we could eliminate stupid people. That's not what I'm talking about. But everyone goes through a stupid phase. It's basically from childhood onto about 35. Some people never get out of the stupid phase. They're called Democrats and socialists. They still think you can get something for nothing. But it isn't solely relegated to politics and how to steal other people's money. But things like dating, I'd like to know from the ladies in the audience, like, do you all wake up at about 35, 40, realize, oh yeah, we probably should have just been nice and pretty? I mean, do you, or does that ever? Again, increasing evidence doesn't necessarily mean age. With it comes wisdom. I know some people in the 30s and 40s who are like, oh my God, Obama. And like, oh yeah, we got to get jobs. Even just how the world works. But you look back and say, man, was I stupid when I was younger? I think most people would say that when they went to college and majoring in dumb crap, which I obviously have tried to warn people about. But what gave me hope, see, I don't have hope unless I think there's a possibility, because we got the internet now, right? And going back, I think it was Thinking Ape, he made a great point that the generation of men who have hit puberty during the time of internet media, YouTube, podcasting, and blogs, they're going to avoid red pill rage, because when they go and look up, how do I get the girl, sir? It's not the completely wrong misinformation, falsehood that my generation of pubescent boys got, which was very narrow, very biased, and just and very, very work avoidant, very feeling sparing. It was anything but the truth. And then we sent a generation of boys, 2, 3, maybe, 2, towards destruction, or at least not success. But he made the point that any young man who came of age in the internet world, when the internet was around, they don't have this confusion, and quote unquote, that red pill rage has gone away. And if you use that as an example, well, what was it when you told little Gen X boys and baby boomer boys, just be nice, just be yourself? Maybe you're just fishing in the wrong hole. Out of curiosity, did all you baby boomer parents like go to the same excuse store? Was there I never saw it as a kid, but was there an excuse store next to the Kmart that we just never saw, where it's like, if your kid has a question and you don't want to tell them a hard truth, here's the excuse store. And I'll say, I'll have a little bit of you're fishing in the wrong hole. I have a little bit. Oh, I need 2 of the, maybe you just attract the wrong type of girls. I need, do you have an extra special on lies? Oh, good. Can I tell my son that and my daughter, they're great, they're perfect just the way they are? And if no one appreciates that, then they are missing out. Can I get that? Oh, good. Yes, wrap it in a box and a bow. Just wondering where that store was, because obviously everyone bought from it. I just didn't see it. And this is before you could order things on the internet. It had to be there in a physical store. It had to be bricks and mortar. But that's an example of stupidity, right? That's stupid. Telling young boys to just be themselves, and the girls would just come right along, and maybe you just no. That's a lie, even if not malicious. Okay, but now we have the internet, and now boys can look up the truth. Girls can look up the truth if you want, but you're going to go listen to Oprah or Lizzo or whoever else tell you. There's still They just moved the lie store online. That's all they did. Oprah retired. Now you got new spokespersons and they sell this online. They got to sell it live. You're big and brave and amazing, and you follow your heart. Money will follow. That kind of thing. A degree is good degree. We all got that lie at the so it's going online. But for those who seek the truth, it is easier to get the lies out, to get the truth out there, right? Okay, fine. The mainstream media, the big advertising money, a very perfect example modernly is how big is beautiful. No, big is unhealthy. Big is not good for your health. Forget attraction right here. It is also unattractive. But there is no stopping the counter voices to big is beautiful. You could see it in the comments. People can laugh at you. They can make their own channels and own videos or articles about it. So there is no monopoly. And so unless you are truly stupid or an intellectual weakling and want to believe that big is beautiful, but don't deep down inside, but it makes you feel better, in which case they're selling you comfort. That's the product, not actual progress. Aside from those people who willingly lie to themselves, people can find the truth, and the truth would inoculate you against stupidity. And so, what I'm asking is, what if we could skip that stupid phase from 13 to 33? And I'm being kind of quasi serious about this. What if we think of all the dumb things you did in your pubescent youth, basically 13 to 33? Okay, you probably majored in something stupid. You bought crap you didn't need. You boys, you were dumb enough to buy a car. I don't know how you boys are still buying new cars, thinking that's going to get the girls off. You girls went through phases of many and varied sorts. You went through the emo phase. You went through your anime phase. You went through your Billie Eilish phase. You went through the I'm not whatever phases no one hit the gym. No one's hitting the gym now, obviously. You weren't taking your work seriously. You weren't taking your studies seriously. Y'all made your dumb crap. I'm trying to think what else. Just some, and I'm not talking big lies where all the economy and the government and the educate and the institutions of the world are geared lying towards you. Namely, I'd be pointing that out to you girls, that a career in education is going to make you happy. But I know if I told you anything but that, let me guess, you'll get pissed off. All right, go believe. Oh yeah, the truth that going to school for 20 years and 170,000 in debt and commuting and sitting in meetings, that's going to make you happy and not little children. I yes, whatever. Don't yell. Whatever. Just don't hit. Don't hit. Not with the claws, swords, the fangs. Um, I'm not trying to dislodge that big lie. I know I'm not a big guy I'm no Joe Rogan. I'm not going to stop it. But what if a lot of this falls on parents, but I guess now that's fallen on the internet and kind of red pill YouTubers like me and writers and authors like Rich Cooper. We got to tell you boys with Modern Life John. What if we just kind of said, hey, boys, you want to get the girls? Go to the gym. You got to work out. What if we just told, young girls, look, your choices of degrees are pretty stupid and they're going to ruin your life. Why don't you major in accounting? Why don't you become nurses? Why don't you become doctors? Why don't you become pilots? Something with a job at the end. What if we, I'm trying to think, what if we explained pissing away your 20s? I know you guys did that. I did in my teens and 20s, going to nightclubs. Again, that's not a thing now. But waste your time on dating apps, I guess, would be a quasi equivalent. Waste your time on social media. Like, why don't you go out and play? Why don't you go on hikes? Instead of buying, I don't even know what you guys do for vice anymore. I mean, in our day, it was you got drunk and you went partying. What if instead of a new car for you dumb boys, this was a perfect example of you boys being dumb, you're all going to get a new car. It's a lot of time I'm finding that out, and it ain't even a fancy car. It's like, I got a brand new Buick LaCrosse. Huh? Why don't you buy a house or some property? Or work towards it. Instead of lying like, oh, follow your heart, money will follow. Look, you're probably best joining the military, saving your money, living on base, get the GI Bill, and then become an air traffic controller. And so I'm just thinking, like, with the internet, I know we provide an alternative, what I would call reality, and therefore ultimately more productive and happiness producing um, message, information than what traditional media institutions would provide. And I'm sure those two duke it. It's basically truth versus lies. But if we were to kind of promote it a little bit, how much further? Let me ask all you who are like 35 and up, how much further ahead would you be if you could just skip the 2 decades of stupidity? What if you didn't piss away all your money on whatever you pissed away your money on? What if you didn't wallow in higher education for 6 years and only getting your bachelor's degree in early childhood education? What if you guys hit the gym instead of strummed your acoustic guitar trying to be supportive soy boy, agreeable, nice guy man? What if you girls hit the gym instead of like hated on the internet? How dare men find us objectify things stuff? What if we all majored in the right thing? What if we didn't even go to college? What if we just worked and made money? All become truck drivers or Uber drivers or whatever else. Well, and not to mention how much you'd save so much pain, agony, confusion, embarrassment. Oh, did you do stupid stuff when you were younger? I sure the hell did. I'm not proud of it. I've done dumb stuff when I was older too. But aside from the shame you would have avoided and the waste of time, how much further ahead would you be today if you could just avoid the stupid? And see, the problem is there's so much invested in stupid. And this is again where Operation Evil comes from. But obviously, the Democrat Party would not exist without stupid people. Shh, shh, shh. I know your reactions say the Republicans are more dumber. Shh. We're not the ones constantly asking for other people's money. I'm a libertarian on top of it. But I know there's some institutions and companies and entities are very powerful things within the United States to rely on stupid people. I mean, nearly, I'd say 75% of education, and I'm not talking higher education. Higher education, 80% of those people would be out of a job because 80% of the degrees being awarded are worthless. I'm talking K through 12. Like, we could skip English by about, I think, the 4th grade. I think we all got it by then. And maybe just save it for people who are new to the country and English isn't their first language. I don't think we need calculus all the time. We could certainly start teaching people trades. So the education industry would be totally against skipping stupid. They need stupid people. Um, I guess the media needs stupid people. You guys got to believe nothing is your fault. The media runs interference for your pride and ego. Oh, it's those people's fault and that person's fault and the big corporations, the top 1%, George Bush and Donald Trump and blah, blah, blah. But not you. Not you, single deadbeat dad of 7 with your 5 equally deadbeat baby mamas. It's not you with your degree in feminist theory study. No. It's Mike Pence. You could all, yeah, we won't have student loan. Anyway, probably the biggest profiteers of stupidity. You got to be banks lending money to you idiots that you got to buy stuff. Oh yeah, that has got to be it. That has got to be. I mean, the banks wouldn't exist without American consumption. You guys buying all this crap you don't need, not to mention the retailers of the worthless crap. I understand you guys are going to come in and call me all sorts of names that you've conditioned the sheep so they stay working, so you keep your slave class. But as the internet has pointed out, hey, things aren't the way that you're always told K through college. But I was just thinking, what would imagine in a world where you skipped your stupid teenage years? I mean, you'd still have them, but instead of pissing away 15 to 35, you invested it rightly. You invested it correctly. How much better off would you all be? Removing the politics, okay? All right. I know, Karen, you really wanted to major in women's studies and become a feminist. Okay, you could have done that for free at the library and majored in accounting and now be making $120,000 a year as a 35-year-old CPA. I'm on your side. All the soy boys playing video. Okay, I like video games, don't get me wrong, but instead of playing 20 years of video games, what if you learn to become a mechanic and then went to the gym and went on some adventures? You might see the elements of a lady. You wouldn't be living at home. I just it was a curious thing. Just curious, like if you could skip your sophomoric years, if what would happen. And I would argue with the internet it's possible, but I am acutely aware that so much of our economy and our infrastructure is invested in stupid people being stupid. It's not likely to happen this generation. I think we are getting dumber, but I don't know. There's an angle of me is like, just imagine, and then it's too late for us because we're over 35. But what if you could instill that in younger people? Like, look, here are the main lies they're going to tell you. Here's where I screwed up. We could pass on this thing called wisdom, which will literally add 20 years to your life expectancy in the form of you not pissing away 20 years of your life. All right. Any super chats? Laughing Lark, $2. Kisses, babe. Hope you enjoyed your month off. Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. Hat and Clogs, $2. Cappy, my Sonics have ice cream, so come over. Oh, you're okay. Yeah, it's a little long drive. Is that it? That it? There you go. All right. You want the major thing to avoid stupid, don't major in dumb crap, and don't get fat. There you go. Good night, everybody. Oh, link down below is Bachelor Pad Economics. Since most of your mistakes were financial, get that book. You'll avoid the mistakes. Oh, by the way, you could still be a socialist Democrat voting for other people's money and read that book and do what's in the book. So don't worry. It won't violate your parasitic values. Toodles.